Welcome to Relationship Matters. It's all about building a stronger and a better relationship. And today we're going to be talking about how to keep love alive. Let's get right into it. We all do admire healthy, lasting, long relationships where there is a mutual respect and love between the couples, where there is a thriving, loving relationship, not just between the couples, but also between their children. And on the other hand, we also have relationships that started off so well with a lot of love and mutual respect between the husband and the wife. But somewhere along the line, something happened, and you begin to hear things like, he's no longer in love with me. She doesn't care so much about the things that I care about. She stopped doing the things that brought us together. He's no longer the person or the man that I got married to. And you begin to wonder what exactly has gone wrong in such relationships. It's not about what has gone wrong, but it's all about how you can keep the glow, the fire burning in that relationship. And this is what I have observed over the years of pastoral ministry. I have looked at the marriages that are strong, marriages between couples that have been married for 50, 60 years in my church. And I've also looked at the marriages of younger couples, those who are maybe 2-3 years into their relationships. And I have identified a few factors or things that those couples whose marriages seem to be stronger, thriving, loving, and healthy, there are things that they are doing that the other ones aren't doing. And today I'm just going to share a few of them with you that will help you to build a stronger relationship, or if you want to put it this way, how to make love last in your relationship. The first thing to do in building a very strong and a healthy relationship, or to keep love alive in your relationship, is to make sure that you learn how to resolve your conflicts and your differences constructively. There is no marriage that is made in heaven. Every marriage that you tend to admire or seems to be working, look at those couples. They have done a lot of work in terms of learning how to resolve their conflicts and their differences amicably. And this is one of those make or break aspects of a relationship. Remember that you're two people coming together from different backgrounds, different families. You've got different ways of looking at things. You can come to different conclusions. You've got different emotional makeups, and you are being brought together in this union just to understand how to live with each other. And so when those differences begin to show up, there will be a need for you to engage in terms of talking to each other, understanding what those differences are, and then thinking of constructive ways to resolve those differences before it becomes a much bigger issue in your relationship. When I first got married, one of the things that I told my wife, and we agreed on this, is that we will never let any disagreement or any conflict last for more than a day. We always found a way to resolve the differences between us. It's not about holding on to the other person's opinion and throwing yours out through the window, but it's all about bringing your opinion, bringing the other person's opinion, sitting down together, thinking it through, looking at it. In what way can we get the best outcome with the difference that we found in our relationship? The second thing to do in making love last in your relationship is to strengthen the positive side of your relationship. No matter how bad a relationship or a marriage is, there is always the positive side to that relationship. Some of the marriages that we look at and we admire and we wish we are in those relationships, when you look at those relationships, they actually have negative sides, or what we might call the bad sides to that relationship. But the problem is that we don't tend to see those negative sides because we are not in those relationships. But what we need to begin to do is to look at our partners, our marriage partners, those that we are in a relationship with, and begin to reinforce the positive side of that relationship. Look at the good qualities, look at their strength, instead of looking at the weaknesses. The more you look at someone's weakness in a marriage, in a relationship, the more it stops you from seeing the positive sides to that relationship. And this is one of the major differences in marriages that work and those that don't. We concentrate so much on the things they are not doing instead of the things they are doing. And when you focus on the things they are doing, then it helps you to correct, it helps you to approach the marriage with a loving heart. And then it makes it easier for you to see those things that are not quite right, and then you can lovingly try to correct or try to make the person better than they are. The third thing to do in making love last in your relationship is to protect your relationship or marriage against those forces that can lead to divorce. Nobody gets into a marriage relationship to end it after a year or two. We want our marriage relationships to last as long as they should. But in most instances and most cases, we know that marriages end in divorce. And you wonder why. There are lots of reasons, of course, but one of the things that we do, or I would encourage you to do, is to always protect your marriage against those forces that will lead to divorce. Things like infidelity. We know how devastating that can be to a married relationship. Things like interference from external forces, from in-laws, from family members. Those things can destroy a relationship. Things like threatening your marriage. And that is number one rule that I will recommend in any relationship. Never threaten your relationship. The moment you begin to say to your partner, if you do this, I'm walking out. If this happens, I'm walking out. If this condition is not met, that's the end of the marriage. What you are in essence doing is sowing the seed of divorce in that marriage that makes it easier for you to walk away from your partner. And that's why we have to cherish our relationship, respect the commitments that we have made. Every marriage is unique, and you have to look at the marriage and identify these forces that can lead to divorce. Now, I can tell you what exactly they are. There are quite a good number of them. But from looking at different marriages over the years, I've discovered that what can lead to a divorce in one marriage may actually not be an issue in another marriage. But you know those things that have the potential to destroy your marriage. Get rid of it before it destroys your relationship. And the fourth thing to do is to develop deep friendship in your marriage. And when I talk about deep friendship, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you truly say that your wife or your husband is your best friend? When we talk about being best friends, we are talking about intimacy. We are talking about loving being in each other's company. We are talking about liking and loving to do things that you both enjoy doing. And this is one of those things that make for a happy, enjoyable relationship. The moment you stop doing things together with your husband or your wife and stop communicating with each other, the easier it becomes for you to drift apart. And when you look at marriages that are thriving or where love seems to be lasting, you will notice that the husband and the wife literally are best of friends. Being best of friends simply means that the couple are showing strong regard for each other, and they are also expressing it both in small ways and also in big ways every single day of their lives. And that is what friendship is all about. A friend says to another friend, I'll be there for you. I will stand for you. I will not betray you. You can count on me. And that's what you see in lasting, loving relationships. So your relationship can be better than what it is now if you're careful to do some of these things that I've mentioned today. If you have enjoyed watching this video, why not consider subscribing and also hitting the bell icon so that you can get notified when new videos are made available. Remember, your relationship can be a lot better than what it is at the moment.